to share so genuinely about something so important to them. Thank you very much. That's extremely important. Our third speaker is Eddie, and Eddie's speech is, that's the one. Eddie, that's the one.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Imagine you're walking into an ice cream store. You don't know which flavor you want. So you look on the counter and you see those little plastic spoons where you can try free samples. You pick up a little spoon and you ask the store attendant if you can have a sample. So you first try chocolate. That's not the one. Then you try French vanilla chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. That's not the one. Finally, you try lemon sherbet. That's the one. That's the one is the feeling you get when you made the perfect decision. You either got that decision by intuition, a gut feeling, or just a sensing. But I'm here today to tell you a tip on how to get that feeling when your gut, your intuition, or your sensing doesn't give you any feedback. It's real simple. All you have to do is get out a piece of paper. You don't have to get out now. Just get out a piece of paper, and down the middle you draw a line. On the upper left-hand side you write cons, and on the upper right-hand side, or the other side, you write you write pros on one side and then cons on the other. And then you just list the pros and the cons. When the pros outweigh the cons, you know you have a good decision that you would make, and vice versa. When the cons outweigh the pros, then you know you should make that decision. For example, you're in the Toastmaster Club. It's the day before your Toastmaster meeting. You're saying to yourself, should I give this speech? You've been planning for maybe only a couple days. The pros are, if you give this speech, you'll feel more comfortable the following week. Another pro is that you'll test how good of a planner you are, how much days you really need to plan. And the third pro is you get your money's worth because you are paying for it. The cons, on the other hand, would say you might get lost during your speech because you didn't plan. You might use a lot of filler words because in the past when you haven't planned, you use a lot of filler words. And maybe another con would be is that you had a manual and you didn't hit all the requirements, which was your goal. Now those are pretty even, but say your long-term goal, the number one reason you joined Toastmaster was so you would be more comfortable speaking in front of a bunch of people. That means that your pros, that one pro would outweigh your cons. The pro of getting up here every day and speaking, because you get more comfortable that way. So that's what I mean by the pros have to outweigh the cons. Now another example, let's say the complete opposite. Say you want to buy a new laptop. And you look at the pros. The pros are, you list them out. It's on sale. You get it for a good deal. You get 1,000 gigabytes, 10 times more than your current laptop. You get HD, LCD, state-of-the-art television like screen where you can see high definition. You get a USB cable. It's a ½ an inch thick. And you can just keep listing the pros. The only cons you can think of is A, you don't really need this, and B, your laptop that you have does everything you want it to do. In this situation, you can see that the cons, even though you only can think of two, outweigh the pros. So when you're determining the pros and the cons, list as many as you can think of, but always weigh them. See which one's more important than the other one. Once you've mastered this, and you've done it on paper, and then you'll probably be able to do it in your head, you can finally rest assured that in no time, every decision you're going to make is going to be a that's the one decision. Madam Toastmaster.
Eddie is full of tips and information and extremely practical. Thank you, Eddie.